Good morning, family and friends. My name is Peter, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of being a cousin to Tania. My job this morning is to deliver a vote of thanks on behalf of the family. If you will allow me to digress for a few seconds, it's extremely heartwarming to hear some of the words shared by previous speakers, both in the eulogy and a remembrance to Tania and her achievements. It was quite outstanding for us to discover after Tania's passing just how much she had achieved in her short time with us, which leaves one wondering what she might still have achieved had she not passed. A testimony to a truly humble human being. As is always the case with votes of thanks, one in all of the trauma potentially omits to thank a person or an institution. So let me hasten to add that in the event this occurs, please accept our apologies in advance. The parents and extended Douglas Volkwyn family wish to record their gratitude to our Heavenly Father for the love, joy, and wonderful example of a positive work ethic that Tania Samantha brought into our lives, while at the same time showing that being humble reveals great inner strength. A huge and heartfelt thanks to Doctors Hall and Cohen, as well as the nursing and other medical staff members of the Vincent Pallotti Hospital, who deservedly earned our respect and admiration for their dedication to healing and relieving pain and suffering to their patients, especially under strict pandemic protocols. Tania received the very best efforts offered by the medical staff and the supporting technology during her illness. A warm vote of thanks to Dr. Dani Nel and the leadership of the Wynberg Dutch Reformed Church for the use of the church building for this memorial service. Reverend Dr. Nel is also thanked for his guidance and support during the time Tania was in hospital. His prayers for Tania, her parents, and the family are especially appreciated. The annual food fair held at this church was a special highlight for Tania. The Vice-Chancellor of UCT, Dr. Mamokgethi Pakeng, and the leadership and staff of the UCT Division of Biomedical Engineering, who supported Tania's parents and extended family by way of messages of condolence via telephone, personal visits, and the beautiful bouquets. A note of thanks also to Professor Denver Hendricks, Professor Nesta Mainkies, Professor Sharon Prince, as well as the broader UCT faculty and administrative staff. Their collective efforts contributed much to ease the pain of these trying times and comfort the family. Professor Kit Vaughan, a dear friend and mentor during Tania's groundbreaking career. And at this juncture, Professor Vaughan, just to add that we as the family know how deeply you're hurting. To Zerande Miller, a friend, best friend in fact, to Tania since the preschool years. Both these fine human beings deserve our thanks for the manner in which they brought Tania, the person, into this gathering. Reverend Royce Hafke agreed to deliver this sermon at this memorial celebration in spite of having lost much loved family members recently. We are greatly appreciative of his words of comfort. It needs to be mentioned that Reverend Hafke played an important role in Tania's life during the years she spent at the Puckelsdorp High School, where he was the principal. He is also warmly thanked for the manner in which he supported her parents during past times and also these traumatic times. Stanley and Dulcie Volkwyn, Rita's brother and his wife, together with their sons, accepted Tania as a member of their family and opened their hearts and home to her when she started her studies at UCT, and again when she returned to UCT as a staff member after studying and working abroad. We are grateful for their loving acceptance of Tania, as well as being most appreciative of their help and support during these difficult last weeks. A sister-in-law, Pamela Volkwyn, often made contact in order to find out how she could be of help. She not only supported Tania and her parents during Tania's illness, she also fully immersed herself in the manifold tasks Tania's passing had brought on. Her support was most valuable and much appreciated. And then a very special thanks to the friends of Tania, in particular Faria Abidi, Elaine Nge, Anne Bajwa, Angela Wong, and Karen Scott. These are friends Tania met during her studies overseas, and they kept in contact with each other when they started working. They made firm plans to meet at least once a year. They spent holidays together in Morocco, in Kenya, Tanzania, as well as Malta and the Canary Islands. Tania taking leave at the same time to join them in these countries and islands. Zerande became a friend when they were toddlers, and they remained friends through the years. Zerande represents Tania's friends today in person, while so many join via the internet. The family appreciate their special efforts to be with us. It is also appropriate at this stage to thank those friends who repeatedly stayed in touch during Tania's illness, who may not have been mentioned here today. To everybody who made time to be present here this morning, please be sure that your presence is greatly appreciated. Similarly, we appreciate the fact that many friends in other places are watching the live streaming of this memorial service. A special thanks to Adam Abib, a close friend to Tania, for keeping in touch with the family during her illness and after her passing. The family would like to extend a special word of thanks to Reverend Christopher Simon, who without hesitation availed himself to officiate at the cremation. Reverend Simon was for many years the resident minister at the Pakkelsdorp Congregational Church. We thank him for a most sincere cremation service and the dignity with which we were able to say farewell to Tania. Thank you also to one of our cousins, Michelle Miller in Florida. She dearly would have loved to be here, but played an invaluable role from that side. The floral arrangements for the cremation and the assistance to Trevor with programming. It is also appropriate to thank the many family and friends who did unique little things that meant so much. Here we think of Auntie Gwenny, who would sing a hymn and record it and then send it to Trevor to play for Tania while she was in a coma. Others too would record prayers which Trevor could play for Tania as he sat with her. These very special touching gestures that are so deeply appreciated. To the undertakers, Avbob, and in particular Brendan Francis and his Avbob Weinberg team, a big thanks for their help during this trying time. They have been completing essential tasks with professional aplomb, and they can be sure that we, the family, appreciate the fact that they have really gone the extra mile in rendering a great service. Last but not least, on behalf of Tania's parents and the extended family, a warm, heartfelt thank you to Trevor, one of Tania's cousins. Trevor has covered untold kilometers in helping with the arrangements. On top of that, he found the time to act as chauffeur also to Uncle Aubrey and Auntie Rita. Words cannot express the thanks due to him. We can but say thank you, Trevor. Your service is appreciated by all. In closing, as would be the norm, the family would have loved to host everyone for refreshments hereafter, but given the strict COVID restrictions, this is not possible. We invite you, please, to accept a small token of appreciation in the form of a goodie box, which we could collect as we leave. We thank you.